Today's guest is someone whose vision was born out of a passion for bringing people together and creating unforgettable experiences. With a love for art and a heart for helping others celebrate life's special moments, she dreamed of a space where creativity, community, and celebration could beautifully collide. And whether that's through painting, entrepreneurship, or marking personal milestones, we are excited to feature Paula Hairston here today, founder of Social Flair Event Studios. You're listening to and checking out episode 779 of the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, and we're going to get into it right after this.
Whoa. Why y'all so happy?
You don't know? Sharvette Mitchell is on the radio.
It's time to get motivated, excited, and influenced. Why? It's the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, live from Richmond, Virginia. And now, here to motivate, excite, and influence you, Sharvette Mitchell.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, broadcasting live from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia, but heard and seen all across the world wide web. We are always excited to have our live streaming audience from Facebook and checking us out on LinkedIn, and certainly those that are with us on YouTube. We always got to shout you all out. Listen, coming in from New York, Roberto, Maryland, we are glad to see you hanging out. Listen, shout out to my sister who's checking this out later. We are glad, as always, to have you and holding it down here because, the goal of the show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And we're going to do just that. And what I like to call kind of like this business spotlight today here on episode 779. Listen, I see you coming on in. Go ahead and start throwing up some hearts. Welcome, Lynn. Good evening. Welcome, Lynn Lewis, coming on in. We are glad to have you. And that is such a great reminder to let you know that this episode is being brought to you by my ninth event, my ninth business conference. It's called the Platform Builder Summit. The Platform Builder Summit. It'll be here in Richmond, Virginia, November 7th. That's a Friday. November 8th. That's a Saturday. Jump over to platformbuildersummit.com. platformbuildersummit.com. And you might say, well, who should attend? Women entrepreneurs, women small business owners who are looking to work on their marketing, their money, make some money moves, and business development. I invite you to join me at my ninth event, the Platform Builders Summit. It's the VIP experience, y'all. And platformbuildersummit.com is where you can find out more information all about that. There you go. Hey, Candace, thank you for popping on in. Hey to my mother. She's coming on in the house. We are glad to have you all. And shout out to Instagram as well that is joining us. And so let me introduce our guest so we can go ahead and get the ball rolling. Welcome, Dr. Datanya Parker. Woohoo! One of our speakers. She'll be doing a session on grants. We're glad to have you that you popped on in today. So our guest is ready to come up to the mic. Paula Hairston, founder of Social Flair Event Studios. She has a master's degree in adaptive special education curriculum. She is also a business owner, certainly an educator, an artist, and a beauty consultant. She is passionate about helping people make memories, whether through a beautifully hosted event, a fun class, or a pop-up business opportunity. Everything that Paula does is really rooted in her belief in creativity, connection, and empowering others to shine. And you're here checking out this behind the scenes of Social Flair Event Studio. Put your hands together. Welcome live to the stage, Paula. Welcome. Hey there.
Hey, how are you?
I am doing well. Listen, I think there are people clapping. I hear them. Oh, okay. Listen. It's a celebration anytime that I get the opportunity to feature someone that's in the same city, because we certainly talk to guests from all over, but here in Richmond, Virginia, Paula, we are glad to have you, and the studio is filling on up. But I'd love for you to just share how this all even started, the idea of having, this behind the scenes of Social Flair Event Studios. How did it get started?
Most of my family can tell you that I've always wanted to be a business owner. It was something as simple as maybe an ice cream truck, something as simple as owning a laundromat or whatever. Just wanted to have something of my own. So one day while walking out of church, which is right next to door to me, the Village of Faith, I noticed there was some vacancies available. So I reached out to the powers that be and I asked around, and here I am at Social Flair's event studio. What I thought would happen here at Social Flair would be a group of pop-ups, maybe some
Mm,
functions every now and then, but more so pop-ups for the reason that during the pandemic, this is something that was birthed, right? It was
yeah.
birthed into people wanted to be entrepreneurs, people wanted to have something to call their own with a title attached to it. So that was my true connection of wanting to have a space was for others to be able to highlight and shine throughout their businesses.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Lynn is saying, love Social Flair Event Studios. Lots of love coming on in there. And so, certainly, how has the studio already served as a gathering place for the community?
So initially, we did have that pop up shop. We did have
Uh-huh.
that bingo night. I did hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, I'm so glad that you have your spot because now we have something to do," which I really like offering, but I more so like coordinating with others, not just being in the driver's seat all the time. I prefer that you come to me and say, "I want to host a pop up shop. How can I do this? How can I get information so that I can steer this to being a successful event?" So don't mind hosting them from time to time, but I really want the ones out there that are intrigued with the idea of doing something on their own individually with a little extra support.
Wonderful. So so Social Flair is open for outside people to rent their space and be able to host and have their own types of events.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay. What kind of events have you all hosted there, and what kind of events will work well in your space?
So naturally, we offer baby showers, bridal showers, anniversary, birthday parties, all the norm, right?
Yeah.
But to have that is really a cherry on top for me because really I'm rooted with wanting to have events that really help the community and help us grow,
Yeah.
help us get to the point that we're more social. The reason why we're called Social Flair Event Studio. So long ago, not even long ago, but during the pandemic, we were confined to our houses. We were wearing masks constantly. We didn't get out. We didn't, communicate. Children were in school, not in school, or they
Right.
were virtually in school. So there was a lot of isolation that was going on. And I wanted to bring the spirit of just being an environment where we can enjoy each other's company. And so Social Flair provides that.
Wonderful. And so I'm so glad that you mentioned that kind of segue. And so, what role does really giving back in your vision for Social Flair? What is that role? What role does giving back play? And what kinds of outreach or charitable events would you like to host in the future?
So say what we've hosted so far has been a focus on foster care awareness that happened, a couple months ago. I think it was the month of April was Foster Care Awareness Month.
Yeah.
So I want to speak to that for the reason that I was also in foster care, and I wanted to make sure that there was something out there for our foster care children. Um, I was noticing when being in foster care that I had a lot of trash bags and different things handed to me to kind of storage my things. And so when I left from the biological home to go into the foster care system, there was this trash bag. So I wanted to make sure that children didn't have to be necessarily handed a trash bag, but could be
Yeah.
handed a book bag. Maybe a book bag with just a minimum amount of supplies in, like a self-care kit,
Yeah.
things like toothpaste, deodorant, lotion. But I wanted to kind of just bring like a little bit of a twist to it. So we had things like the lashes. We had things like fingernail polish. But even for the little ones, we had things like or like teddy bears just to kind of bring a little comfort. Nothing is really comfortable or comfort during that time, but something, can help a child over, to the next transition. So we put emphasis on that, but also we put emphasis on um, backpack drives. We put an emphasis on things like I'm drawing a blank, but like the book club.
Lots of things. Yeah, lots of great things. And while people are listening, they can jump over to your website, also, socialflareevents.com. There's some great pictures there. And also following you on social media, you do a really great job of kind of showcasing the
I
types of
try.
events. Yeah, that
It's
that you all
hard.
have
It's so
that
hard.
you have out there. And so certainly, as we think about looking forward, how can, residents or small businesses or even like community leaders partner with Social Flair, to really kind of strengthen the connection and celebration in Richmond, Virginia?
Well, I mean, we've had, I've mentioned things like we've had community events here, girls empowerment workshop. There also were girls in foster care. But things going forward, we're working on Suicide Prevention Awareness Month.
Oh,
So we want to do like a planning session where people come in and just kind of naturally come in an environment that's calm and tranquil, just
yeah.
tranquility is what we're looking for, just for them to be able to plan, talk, social, and even have someone there to coach them or offer resources. Lynn Lewis has been a person that has really been a resource to us when
Yeah.
she came through and did the workshop, Say Their Names.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that Lynn is visible for those who really truly need her, especially with the holidays coming up and the season being that it can be very depressing for those who have lost loved ones.
Hmm. And so certainly Social Flair events really bigger than it's listening to you, and certainly bigger than just a space, but that again really focusing on making dots connect for people. And so I know that there are some people who are listening and watching, Paula, saying, man, I wanted to have my own event space. I'm good with decorating, I'm good with that. It's something I think that you had the idea, you saw the space, and then you moved. And there's a lot of people that didn't do that. And anything that you would say to someone that's listening or watching saying, I wish I had my own event space, what would you say to them?
I would say go for it,
Uh-huh.
but don't necessarily depend on the family and the friends. I mean, my family's there for me, don't get me wrong, but you can't really just kind of, have that hope that they're going to be there for you to fulfill all your hopes and dreams or whatever, because sometimes they need a break too. Your dreams are your dreams. So be
Yeah.
able to independently stand on your own and not expect that. But at the very same time, what was helpful to me was being able to collaborate with other event space owners,
Yeah.
getting feedback from them, hearing what works for them and what doesn't work for them. Also, learning some of their tips and traits of what they do to make things run smoother. I didn't come in as a decorator, other than just doing the old-fashioned things with,
Mhm.
balloons and streamers, things that we did, way before times like now. But
Uh-huh.
now we're doing balloon decorations and, bouquets and signs and everything. It's much more elaborate. So it is best to really connect with someone else to get some skills building,
Mhm.
through those who know what they're doing. And I definitely did that through even one of my church members,
Okay.
Mr. Cook. So he helped me in many areas with just, doing balloon arches and whatnot.
Okay, great. Shout out. Yes, Roberto said from trash bags to book bags. I like that tagline, from trash bags to book bags. That's good right there. And so certainly your background in education, we would clearly, along with, former foster care, having that youth impact, but your background in education certainly gives you a unique perspective. Are you exploring ways to partner with schools or other nonprofits or youth groups to use Social Flair for outreach?
Definitely so. I do want the space to be utilized for places that a place that people can come and have their, their banquet for their sports events or whatnot, or either like a Christmas celebration, because the space can accommodate up to 50 people, more if it's a standing crowd. I do have round tables, and I always tell people it takes up a little real estate, so I gotta
Mhm.
be able to equip them with the space or with the tables inside. So 50 is really the maximum
Okay.
capacity, but also I have like a little lounge area here that you can step away from the party or you can put up your buffet, and it can be also be used for
Wow.
360.
Oh, great, great, great. And so I love that you gave that example because certainly there are different types of events. People could do cocktail style where everybody's standing
Hmm.
versus seated at round tables. There's also theater style if you just want to set up your chairs.
Absolutely. Yes.
So people, I'm sure you consult with them and help them decide the best floor
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah, some people already know what they want. They go on a Pinterest page and kind of start posting and plugging what they want. And then it's just kind of, the vision comes to life with a little help of mine or maybe a lot of help of mine. But I do not try to take away people's creativity. If they have a theme or something they want to do to create and to, you know, um, display, I let them have it. If they need help and they just want to walk in with a place already decorated, then that can be offered as well.
All right. How do people connect with Social Flair events for bookings and finding out what's available and all that good stuff?
So you can reach us through our website, which is socialflairevents.com, or either you can see us on on our Instagram page, which is Social Flair Events, or Facebook, which is the same. Um, and also you can reach us through the number of 804-220-0449.
Oh, right there you go. And those that are listening to the podcast, you can run it back and write it down, write it down. And so let me capture this comment. Lynn said, I enjoyed having the Dream Car Club at Social Flair. Ooh, tell us about that.
Yes, I cannot forget them. They are very important people to me because when I have events, not a lot of people come sometimes, and then sometimes
Uh-huh.
they do come, but I can depend on the Dream car club coming through, the Dream RVA car club coming through to kind of be feet seats fillers
Yeah.
and to be able to just kind of join in the fun or whatever. So they bring out their families, they bring out their friends, they participate in things like super dads, superheroes, um, you know, a lot of times I plan things for kids, but I end up seeing a lot of adults. But
Okay.
nevertheless, they play the games like the kids play the games,
Okay.
So they're just good-hearted people, and they, just want to celebrate and display their cars. And there are some really nice cars that they have, chargers and wraps and
Yeah.
things of that nature, and nice sounding systems. So good people,
Yeah.
and always ready to serve and help. Including with our backpack drive and our foster care kits. So they just step in and they're fillers as to what Social Flair needs and the community needs.
Wonderful. If you just tuned in, you're checking out episode 779, and we're doing a behind the scenes talking about a Social Flair event studio. We have Paula Hairston here with us. And so, Paula, I would love to kind of talk a little bit more around, certainly event spaces people just see as just a venue, but how you are intentionally creating Social Flair to feel more like a community hub, just as mentioned with the car club. And so that community hub piece, what additional things would you like to say around that?
Well, I mentioned already we're having plant and paint, but we're also having a gene class coming up where people just bring in their old jeans and they, put style to it by adding some paint and pizzazz. Other
Okay.
things we have is trunk or treat coming up that brings the community together, family and the children. We have games, and different things. We're working on doing a karaoke. So if you're here for the Gene um, class or party, whatever you want to call it. We're going to be incorporating some karaoke with my friend Greg Hall, who has a station here. So that's like a little bit of a tester. So we're not really promoting it as a karaoke night or a karaoke
Mhm.
event. We're just promoting it as a jean paint party. So
Oh,
we'll
nice.
test it out and see how it goes and get back with you.
Listen, marketing is about testing the market. So I love that. And I see Candace said, listen, the theme paint parties are fun too. And so what's the exact location? Tell us about parking, accessibility, all of that for Social Flair Event Studio.
So we're right here on Hall Street, not too far from 288 and Janitor Road. The address is 10934 Hall Street, and we're right here where the Village of Faith is, the Food Lion, Janitor Station, right across from Victory Square, Shopping Center where Gabe's is. Most of the time when I say Gabe's, people got it.
You're
They
like, oh,
know.
I got it.
So right across the street from there.
Oh, right. And what would you say are all of the options that people can have if they're, purchasing space or decoration? What are like all of the packages y'all have available?
So we're kind of holistic type of thing. You tell us what you want and we'll provide it. And I
Mhm.
just kind of get feedback as to, do you want a balloon arch? And I'll send over things and say, this is the price for a balloon arch.
Okay.
Automatically, when you come in, I do have like rates for Monday through Friday.
Uh-huh.
So those rates are consistent. And then I have Saturday rates and Sunday rates. So you have to check out my website so you can see some of our prices.
All right, there you go. Which a birdie told me that you have a drawing that's related to Sunday event venue rental. So, do we want to do that now?
So if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I was on there trying to promote. I don't know if many people saw. I really kind of hope you didn't see it because I don't like being on camera. But I have entered some names in for those who are participating in winning a free Sunday. Now, one of the reasons why we're highlighting Sundays is for the very reason that it doesn't get a lot of love. And at the
Uh-huh.
very in the very same time, November is our anniversary month, and we want to
Yay!
celebrate. So we're just starting off a little early. And I figured since I was on the Sharvette Mitchell show, this would be a way to kind of, get people ready for the holiday season, which is in
Yeah.
November as well as December. So the person that will win this prize, they get to use a Sunday in November or December. And it's a Sunday, but they get it for free. Okay. So here we
Ooh,
go.
I wish I had a drum roll, but I don't.
All right. Who is it? Who is it?
Who is it?
Whoa. Can you see? Can you see?
Oh, can we
Oh.
see Rita Stewart? Rita Stewart! Woo! Rita Stewart. Rita Stewart is a friend of the show. Congratulations, Rita Stewart, the winner. Oh my goodness, that is amazing! And so, shout out to Rita Stewart. That's so great that I happen to know who the person is that won. And so, financial advisor and insurance and all of that. So I know she's going to be able and is a tea drinker. And so I know she's going to be able to utilize your space so well, your venue for that. And it's good to know also that it is available 7 days a week. So some venues might not have that availability. So
Yes, ma'am.
availability 7 days a week. All right. I love it. I love it. And so other things that are down coming up the pike for you as you're coming up to your anniversary and other things that you're thinking of, or just how people can stay connected with you.
Well, I do want to highlight a few people. We mentioned the Dream Chasers, but also I want to highlight the Chesterfield Sigma. They've come through quite a few times.
Yes.
And they have been very resourceful to me and helpful. As an event space owner, I haven't gotten to the level where I've hired someone to clean. I haven't gotten to a level where I hired someone to decorate. It's just totally me. And when
Uh-huh.
it's time to paint and change out light bulbs and pick up trash or whatever it is, it is. These fellas come through and they provide
Wow.
something that, kind of takes off the load and the burden because you're everything when you're a newly owned event space. Now, 2 years will be my anniversary, but still, I consider myself new.
Yeah, wonderful. And shout out because they certainly shared the flyer for this show. And so shout out to that fraternity for all of the love. And I believe they had like selected your business, like you were like the business of the week or the
I've been
business of the month.
adopted. I've been adopted. So there are some things to come through my adoption. This is my second time being adopted, y'all.
Wow, wow. And I think that's what it's gonna take, I feel in this kind of climate that we're in, for us to be intentional about who we're doing business with and how we support and get business going and keep business growing for people. So one more time, how can people connect, find out about what's coming up, and also inquire about venue rental?
Okay, so you can connect with me through calling 804-220-0449, or you can go on Instagram, help my page to grow. I want to make sure that you guys know that that really is significant, to a business owner. We just don't call or do the yellow pages anymore. That
Yeah.
this Instagram is our yellow page, okay? So make sure you're following me and seeing the things that we're doing because we're doing a lot of community events. Some things I didn't mention is I want to teach calligraphy classes, right? I want you guys to
Whoa.
write your own personal cards, but also
Uh-huh.
I want you all to come and teach me something. I want to learn something new.
Yeah.
I like painting. I will put paint on anything, shoes, jeans, canvas, but I want to see what else somebody else can do to lend a helping hand in the community to bring joy and
Yeah.
cheerfulness, among us. So please reach out to me. And don't forget, Christmas is coming up. Think about your pop up shops. Think about Mr. and Mrs. Claus photo op, for families and children to come through and just tell Santa what and to tell the children to tell Santa what they want. So many things that we can do here at Social Flair. Just don't think of us as a venue for celebrations, but a venue that can reach out to the community and be a helping hand.
All right. Well said. As we wrap up episode 779, the behind the scenes of Social Flair. And our last question for you, the goal of this show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And we want to know what continues to motivate Paula.
Just the people, the morale of the people. Seeing the networks that are happening here at Social Flair, the Dream Chasers, I mentioned them. I mentioned this, the Chesterfield Sigmas, but also I have people to come in and do like my content, which is JR. I think it's JRB Productions. So she
Okay.
does my content. So that kind of raised the morale
Mm.
too. So, but yeah, we all work collaboratively to make it all happen. It's just not done with one person, but it's a holistic of a number of things that's making Social Flair run.
All right. Well, great, great, great. And shout out to your husband as well. I want to give him a shout out who pre-production and pre going live was instrumental. So just want to shout him out as well. So Paula, thank you so much for stopping by the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show.
I thank you so much for having me.
You are quite welcome. All right. I am telling you what, we are wrapping it up. I love when I am able to feature someone that is in the same city. So check out our guest. If you're listening to the podcast version, look down below in the show notes. Look down below in the show notes, and you'll see Paula's bio and connection links there. And certainly you can go to Sharvette.com. We have a whole blog post for Paula, and you can listen to the show from there. So Sharvette.com has all of our guests listed there. So if you missed any, and listen, people tell me all the time, they're like, Sharvette, I binge listen. I binge watch your show. And so you might be hearing this in the future. We're thanking you that you are here and a part of it. Again, I'm Sharvette Mitchell, CEO of Mitchell Productions. Based here in Richmond, Virginia. We are a marketing and professional development firm located right here on Parham Road. And this segment is brought to you by our 9th annual event. It's called the Platform Builder Summit. And listen, I just gotta show you some beautiful, amazing people that we have. And you can find out more and hear more and learn more at summit.com. Key point, early bird in September 30th. So you would want to go ahead and get your ticket before September 30th passes you by, because you'll save a little bit there. But listen, I'm telling you, one session of this 2-day event is worth the registration price, one session alone. And so we invite you to be here with us. Drury Plaza Hotel is the location right on Broad Street. 2 days, November 7th and November 8th, here in Richmond, Virginia. But listen, I can show you better than I can tell you. So we're going to take this segment out with a little bit of a video spotlight from one of our previous events. And we would love to see any business women in business, women entrepreneurs join me November 7th and 8th in Richmond, Virginia at the Platform Builder Summit. And again, you can connect with Paula, and all of our information for her is on Sharvette.com. We'll see you all later. Bye. I am Sharvette Mitchell, CEO of Mitchell Productions, the producer and host of the Platform Builder Summit. We are here in beautiful Richmond, Virginia with 115 amazing women, professional service providers. We have therapists, we have accountants, we have realtors in this space, and we're excited about all of the amazing transformations that their businesses and their brands will continue to have.
I was drawn to this conference because of all the beautiful things I heard about the conference. This is my first experience, so I've only heard great things about the empowering women that shared their stories and the things that people take it away from it, and I wanted that experience.
One of the things that I've enjoyed the most about just meeting other women and interacting with other women is the fact that we all realize that we can work together and we can partner together. I don't know how you can come to a Sharvette event and not leave more confident in your skill set and in your gifting, and that's absolutely what I feel today, having just been in the room for the past couple days.
Anything and everything you could think of in regards to business has been discussed, from marketing to finance to planning to strategy to platform building. It's so many amazing nuggets that I can take back and actually implement and grow my business.
This is my second time coming to one of these conferences, and I'm telling you, every time I just get more fired up about what it is, what my why is.
This is going to energize me for the rest of the year and into 2024. So grateful.
Live from Richmond, Virginia, you've been listening to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Catch Sharvette Mitchell every Tuesday at 6 p.m., interviewing all the stars you want to hear from. So until next week, stay motivated, excited, and influenced. This is the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show.